Well, we're back again. As soon as we turned off the camera, 2 minutes later, Newcastle United released a statement in response to Alexander Isak right before midnight. That is absolutely mental. You were thinking, we'll wait until the morning. We'll let this one settle. Newcastle have wasted no time, and we're going to waste no time in getting away. Thanks to everyone. I can see loads of comments. People are like, oh, he's back already. Matty working overtime. Welcome back, Matty. Can't sleep. How am I meant to sleep in this? Jimmy, this is literally the biggest news story of however long in Newcastle United Football Club. It's absolutely berserk, this Isak situation, and it continues to take further twists. So we've already done, I think this is the 4th or 5th video today. Obviously, we just did a live. We did all the Isak stuff earlier. So let's get into it. Let's share the screen with you, and let's have a look at Newcastle United's response to Alexander Isak. Let me share the screen with you there now on the official club's website. And what they have said, you can see it along with me. We are disappointed to have been alerted to a social media post by Alexander Isak this evening. Again, as was said in the live show earlier, Newcastle United had no idea that he was going to come out with this outburst. We are clear in response that Alex remains under contract and that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that Alex can leave Newcastle United this summer. So hold that, Romano, Jacobs, Orney, all the people under the payroll at Liverpool saying the otherwise. Not true. Get that one off my chest. Next part of the statement then. We want to keep our best players, but we also understand players have their own wishes and we listen to their views. Very diplomatic of Newcastle, that. Actually, we're going to read out the full statement and then we'll pick it apart a little bit. As explained Alex and his representatives, we must always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United, the team, the supporters, in all decisions, and we have been clear that the conditions of a sale this summer have not transpired. We do not foresee those conditions being met. This is a proud football club with proud traditions, and we strive to retain our family feel. Alex remains part of our family and will be welcomed back when he is ready to rejoin his teammates. Mic drop. I would pick that mic up and drop it, but it's on a nice little stand and it's not cheap. But that is a mic drop moment. That is a wow. Oh my God. That is brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Let's just come back to the stream and see what yous are saying. Yeah, all good there. So just don't want to make sure I don't want to miss any super chats or anything. So back to picking that one apart then. Back to the top on this statement. We are a bit disappointed to have been alerted. Like I said, they had no idea what was happening. We are clear in response. And no, it is. How good is it, though, first and foremost, to finally hear from the club and from the player himself, to be fair. It's so nice to finally hear, instead of just reports and sources, say this, say that, la da da. Because every time that happens, you get people in the comments, and it's fair, you know. You never know what's true, what's not really. You try and think you've got trusted journals, trusted sources, but at the end of the day, until you hear it from them themselves officially, then you don't know, definitely. But now we do, because they both spoke. We did a stream on Alex's statement. We're not doing that again. This is on about Newcastle United's, and they are saying once again, Alex remains under contract. They are stressing that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that he can leave this summer. Again, they're reiterating that fact, and they're putting it out there that despite loads of reports all summer long, looking at you, Fabrizio, saying that he was told he could leave, it's fine, you know, and you know, there's the fighting back here on Alex's point of broken promises in that sense. Yes, we don't know for definite, but yes, we're led to believe that there was a broken promise on Isak not getting a new contract, but there was never, ever a moment where we said he could leave this summer. Never. No club official ever agreed to that. In contrary to that, we obviously did start to facilitate his move because, as the next point is, even though we want to keep our best players, we also understand players have their own wishes and we listen to their views. As explained, Alex and his representatives, we have to take into consideration the best interests of the club, the team, the supporters, and all of that. And the conditions of a sale haven't transpired, and they don't think it will transpire. They don't foresee those conditions being met. They're essentially saying there, what I'm reading, is that we didn't say Alex could leave. We never wanted him to leave, but he wants to leave. So we will allow him to leave if an appropriate offer comes in from Liverpool, from whoever. Obviously, Liverpool are the only ones at the table for him at the moment. That hasn't happened, hasn't transpired, as they've said. Liverpool came with a shady £110 million offer. Not good enough. Newcastle have constantly said his valuation, with 3 years left remaining, with him being one of the best strikers in the world, is worth 150 million quid. Liverpool aren't getting anywhere near that valuation. They don't think the conditions are going to be met. So guess what, Alex? We can't sell you. What on earth do you expect us to do? Just sell you for 110 million just so you can get your move? That is not in the best interests of the club. Doesn't make any sense. It's not fair market value. And it definitely doesn't help the team or the supporters. Love this last bit. Love it. This is a proud football club with proud traditions, with a family feel. Yes, it is. And that's what we've built our success on in recent times as well. Eddie Howe has had that feel-good factor at the club, the right attitudes, characters, and personalities in the dressing room to make us achieve those goals. This part is very interesting, though. Alex remains part of our family. Don't know about that, like. Hasn't shown a very family-like attitude, even tonight in his statement. And he will be welcomed back when he is ready to rejoin his teammates. So Newcastle continue to take this stance that he's going nowhere. We're not selling him. And when he's ready, he can come back. When he stops refusing to train, stops refusing to play, well, then he can rejoin his teammates. Fascinating. What a statement from Newcastle. We'll put your comments on the show there now as well. Any super chats, get them in and I'll get them responded to. Whew, we're 8 minutes in. This is going to be a lot shorter, this live, so we'll get things moving quickly, even though there's nearly 1,000 people watching live. Again, big up everyone. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to get on to some stuff that's coming out now because my phone is still going nuts. Good point here made by Craig Copes. Isak's statement is clutching at straws, but it is the straw that broke NUFC's back. Pointing to mistakes that Mitchell's made, his teammates' reactions, and the fact that the price never got met. Keith from Sky putting out here Newcastle stressing that they have been unable to find a replacement, coupled by Liverpool's opening bid falling significantly below Isak's valuation, as we've said all night on the shows. NUFC managed to sign Ekitike Osesco, then the club would have reluctantly sold Isak to Liverpool. However, the club have tried hard and tried to give Isak his wish to leave, but they can't get a recognised striker in. Unless something out of the blue comes up between now and September 1st, it appears Isak will be staying if and when he plays again is another story. And this is what was said on the live show earlier. Can you see Isak playing again for Newcastle in that black and white shirt? I mean, from what Newcastle United have said tonight, I guess maybe so. But at the same time, it still feels hard to see that actually take place. Isak in a Newcastle shirt again. I mean, Isak needs to look at himself and his agent and how badly this has been handled, man. He really, really does. It's just an absolute mess from him. And again, having that to put out the statement and then Newcastle responding. I mean, how he thought that was a good idea. It's just mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental. I can't get my head around. I couldn't get my head around the Isak statement, and then the stuff that came out during the last live show about Newcastle saying they've got no intention to sell. That was coming from sources, and then tonight releasing their own statement is mental, man. Absolutely mental. So there we have it. Newcastle United have indeed responded to Alexander Isak's statement. You can see it on your screen throughout the show. That's what's being said. They are not allowing Isak to leave. They tried to allow him to leave. They didn't get any signings in. Liverpool didn't put a good enough offer in, and they didn't let him go. We couldn't let him go. No replacement, no proper bid. And I love the bit at the end there. Proud club. He can rejoin his teammates when he's ready. He can continue to refuse to train or play. Liverpool can continue not to bid for him. And you look at the striker market, we just can't find someone to replace him. And as the clocks tick down now, less than 2 weeks until the transfer window closes, we can't get anybody else in. At the minute, we can't. Unless something comes out of the blue, unless Newcastle saying Samu from Porto or Wolves can get Strand Larson at a decent price or whatever, then Isak's staying. We can't even get, I keep saying it, we can't even get Wilson's replacement in. We haven't signed a striker this window to replace Callum Wilson. Never mind replacing Alexander Isak. We just can't. So it's some response from the club. It's a great fight back from the club on the statement from Isak. They were disappointed in it. They refute allegations and reports throughout the summer that Isak was told he could leave. That's never been the case. They want to keep the best players. They did then allow Isak to leave if Liverpool came with a proper offer, if we could get someone through the door. Liverpool fans, you shafted yourselves. Liverpool club, you shafted yourselves by signing Nicky Tiki and then taking the Isak replacement. We can't get anyone else in when we haven't had a good enough bid. And that is where we are. A sale this summer has not transpired because of that. And they, in the club there in the statement, don't foresee the conditions being met to allow us to sell. Now, all of this could still turn around, could still be a power play. Isak's tried that in his own statement, a power play. But Newcastle could also be saying Liverpool, send out a strong message there. You're not saying them unless, again, the money comes up. And it hasn't. So we will continue to wait for that. But at the minute, Isak isn't going anywhere, and he will be ready to play for Newcastle again and join his teammates when he comes to that realization. So there we have it, people. There's Newcastle United's response. I am going to log off now. We've done loads of videos today, loads of lives. So thanks to everyone for watching. Drop your comments below. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. And I'm sure I will see you in the morning when this saga continues to kick clean off. It just more and more comes out. So for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be mad busy. So make sure you're locked in to the channel for more updates. Nice one, everyone. And finally, good night.